What's going on, you guys? I just got done watching the MK11 reveal, and as mentioned, I told you guys I would upload both the highlights and my opinion on the matter. The way I'm going to try and make this video work is that I will show you the highlights first, and then I'll talk about them afterwards. And additionally, I'm going to put timestamps down in the description and potentially also the comment section, so that people who don't want to hear what I have to say can just skip to the actual important parts of the display today. Now, the stream itself was supposed to start around 10:30 PST, and while it did begin then, the actual gameplay was not shown off till about half an hour later. The time allotted between then actually showed interviews with people within the MKX community, which I thought was pretty cool. We did get to see some people I'm familiar with. Some of those people included, there's Dynasty Gaming was in there. I know they had Uncaged Games. If any of you are familiar with the WWE, they had people like Xavier Woods, Zelina Vega, and even Kofi Kingston in there in cosplays. And they had a really cool guy, I think his name was Michael Mosley, who actually helped put together the cosplays for both Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. And, you know, they had a really cool Shao Kahn, Jade, and Shang Tsung trio going on there, so I liked that. It was really cool to see. They also had someone named Bethany, I believe it was Maddock, and she had a gender-bent Scorpion cosplay. It looked really good, really well done. It was clearly based off of, she said herself, it was based off the recent MK11 reveal, and she was asked to come and do it themselves. So it was really cool to see that she was invited for her skill and prowess. You know, I've heard she's known for doing her Scorpion cosplays in the community, so it was nice to see that people are all around the Mortal Kombat community are getting recognition for their love for this game. Two other people interviewed in the allotted time was that of a man named Swifter, who I'm not familiar with myself, and another woman named Chloe Dykstra, who I'm also not familiar with, but it seems she's a streamer or a host, stuff like that. So beyond the interviews, this is where it started to get good. We actually got to see some gameplay, the first gameplay reveal, and go ahead, take a look for yourself, and then we'll talk about it afterwards.
Wasted on those who defile Earthrealm. Savagery is no match for skill.
Yet again, Liu Kang, you've chosen the wrong destiny.
I will destroy our enemies before they destroy us.
So that was our gameplay, and all I can say is, whoo, it's looking good. It's looking brutal, you guys. I think we're in for a really fun time. I mean, if you play Mortal Kombat for the brutality and the gore and the hyper-realistic violence that you really couldn't achieve in real life, just the fun of being able to live out some super strong fantasy character, this is the game. This is going to be a really good one, I think. We saw a couple characters on there that we already knew about, obviously, such as Scorpion and Raiden. However, we also finally got the reveal of a couple other characters that weren't necessarily confirmed yet. We have Baraka, which I know is going to satisfy a lot of people. He looks really good in this one. We're going to be getting Scarlet back, which, to be honest, I was really impressed by, and seeing her gameplay has me really excited to play her. She looks like she's really well fleshed out this time, not just a DLC character and a full-on main part of the story. fights looking like. I'm excited to see what we get with her. We had Sonya Blade in there looking awesome, and I even caught a glimpse of, I think, Liu Kang and Kung Lao. I don't know if you guys peeped that in there. That doesn't necessarily mean they're part of the roster yet, but it definitely means they have potential to be in the story. And obviously, let's not forget Sub-Zero. I mean, it was kind of obvious he was going to come back, but it's really good just to see his new design. He's really interesting so far, and I'm excited to see what else we get to do with him in the future. In general, I really like the cinematic look of this so far. The game always has, you know, Injustice and the Mortal Kombat series as of late have really done a great job at making the fights look extremely cinematic, extremely realistic. Well, you know, as realistic as you can go without breaking your foe's arms and watching them get up. And I like the way that it seems everyone's using a weapon in their combat style one way or another. Next up, we had Ed Boon himself come on stage, and he showed some more gameplay, except this was a little more in-depth and detailed with a more hands-on approach to show you how the game works. So, take a look.
So, we're very excited to show you your first look at Mortal Kombat 11. Nobody else has seen this. Today we have 7 characters to show you, some returning, some new. There's far more in this game that we'll be able to show you right here, but we do want to hit on the enhancements from the game, the fighting, and the custom character variations. Geras is a new fighter in the game, and who has a really cool time control abilities. You know, in NetherRealm games, we really try to add something new. Mortal Kombat X, we introduced a feature called Character Variations. 3 versions of every single character. MK11's expanding on that idea, creating custom character variations the player can actually create themselves. So you notice they're selecting different versions of Scorpion. Some were created by the players, some were created already in the game. Same thing with Baraka.
Cotton warriors are legendary.
Then why don't you flee, Earthrealmer?
The Shirai Ryu embrace danger.
Round 1. Fight!
So this is a Mortal Kombat game, so you expect the fighting to be brutal. MK11 sees the return of Baraka, who was a fan favorite from Mortal Kombat 2. So let's see some of the moves he does here. Not to be outdone, Scorpion has a few tricks up his sleeve. Okay, now without getting too technical, we're going to get into some of the geeky fighting game moments out there. Mortal Kombat, traditionally we've had 1 meter that's a shared resource amongst the offense, defense, and the super moves. Mortal Kombat X is separating all 3 of those. So we have a horizontal meter is the offense attacks, vertical meter is the defensive attacks. See, Baraka's going to shooting 2 using his offensive moves. Also can extend this leg stab here into a throw with a also. Scorpion here is going to escape from a knockdown using his defensive meter. And you're going to notice here that the fatal blow that's actually tied to 30% of the health meter. When it's reduced, you get fatal blow available. This adds completely new dynamic and tension to the fighting. Both Baraka and Scorpion have a fatal blow right now. Baraka wins this fight.
Round 2. Fight!
So Scorpion missed his fatal blow attack, but it actually will regenerate after a cooldown period. So you'll notice his fatal blow is established, he can pull it off. And now to be outdone, Baraka now has his fatal blow available. And of course, it wouldn't be Mortal Kombat without fatalities.
Fatality. Baraka wins.
We're going to quickly talk here about, we have custom variations. On this player variation screen, the players can create, modify, and collect multiple versions of every character. There are a ton of features that you can customize, from the costume pieces, the intros, the victories, as well as a huge variety of skins here. Every fighter has 3 costume pieces. You see Scorpion, they're changing the mask here, picking a new one. You can actually program these at different attributes. See, we're swapping out the spear, or the katana for a new one. And of course, Scorpion's iconic spear can be swapped out for a new one as well. Now this visual here is going to give you an idea of kind of like the dramatic differences you can have in the different variations of Scorpion here. This is the case with all the fighters, so you're going to know Scorpion and Baraka, all the kind of variations you're going to see, you know, playing people online and whatnot. Our second fight here is Sonya versus Scarlet, who was a returning character from Mortal Kombat 9.
Looking for me, Scarlet? A few pints of blood is all I ask. Trust me, I'm not your type.
Round 1. Fight.
Both Sonya and Scarlet return with their classic moves as well as some new ones. Sonya has a bunch of gadgets that she can play with here. While Scarlet has her signature blood attacks. We're going to take a look at some of the nuances we have. We have a new feature called a flawless block. A perfectly timed block will open a window for countering attacks. Watch Scarlet doing a quick hop. You can evade low attacks and also open another window for countering moves. Now notice Sonya's health is reached below 30%. When it reaches there again, you're going to notice a fatal blow is available. That's when you can release the devastating. Again, Sonya has her fatal blow ready, so she can release it. So that was enough damage to release fatal blow available for Scarlet, which she'll attack here. Which is enough to win the match, and you might have seen a glimpse of this fatality here.
Fatality. Scarlet wins.
So from this reveal, we were able to get a lot of potential information regarding the upcoming gameplay. First off, as you guys can see on screen, it is pretty clear that there are about 25 character slots so far. I'm not sure if this is the official launch number. Personally, I was kind of hoping for maybe 30, 35 characters at launch, but we'll see how it goes. I know they're experimenting with some new things in this game, so maybe that is why they can't use as many characters at the start, but we'll see. It looks like one of the cooler new features here is going to be the Create a variant, which I'm actually very excited to see. If you're not into creating your own, it does sound like they're both going to have custom variations for you to make and just ones that come pre-built, which is awesome. I'm really excited to see where this goes. I think it really has the potential to allow for some deep customization and deep variety in how you play your character, and it could really set you apart from how, you know, everyone else around you is enjoying that particular character. Interactive intros do seem to make a beautiful return. I really enjoy this feature as it just fleshes out the battles more. It makes them feel a little more personal before you get into it, and sometimes it's just really funny to hear what they have to say to one another. One of the biggest changes coming since Mortal Kombat 9 is actually the way they're going to be handling the special bar this time around. It actually looks like they're going to be splitting up the special meter into their own offensive and defensive meters. I'm interested to see how this is going to be handled because, like most people at this point in time, I'm very much familiar with the special bar used in MK9 and MKX, so observing how it's going to be split up between moves is going to be interesting. I'm not sure how that's going to play out until I really get my hands on the demo. Now, with the loss of the special meter, I was a little worried at first because that also means it doesn't look like the return of X-rays, but they do seem to be replaced in a acceptable way. So from the looks of it, when your character reaches about 30% health or lower, you're going to be allowed to use a fatal blow, which seems to replace the X-rays in a sort of brutal cinematic move that can be used in the middle of a fight. Personally, I like the idea, and I'm interested to see where it goes. I know X-rays have a little more flexibility. You can kind of pull them off whenever you want, so seeing them kind of turned into this fatal blow sort of scenario, as most things in this game, it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. So they're really switching up the gameplay so far, but in a way that I think I'm going to enjoy. Fatalities obviously make a return, and they look really, really good. Something I noted about them all is that they all seem to end with that final couple frames of the actual animation. It goes into like a slow-mo freeze frame cinematic, and I really, really like it. It just kind of like boom, it adds that extra punch to the fatalities, and I don't know, you guys will see them all yourselves. Let me know what you think. I think they really are doing a great job in what we've seen so far. They're creative as ever. I mean, they have to be at this point when you've been doing it for 11 games. So again, I can't wait to see what else we're shown, but as for today, we got a really, really great amount of cinematics regarding fatalities. So I know what some people are going to like or hate is that the Injustice style gear system seems to sort of make a return. I'm not exactly sure if it's one-to-one. It seems like you're going to be worrying about less pieces in this scenario and more about, like for Scorpion, for example, they showed that you'd be adjusting like the gear and all that. So I'm not entirely sure how much it's going to play into it so far. Personally, I think it looks good. I'm really excited to see what we get to do with our characters. I just really enjoyed being able to do that in Injustice, kind of molding everyone you played to your own kind of variation, and seeing them being able to do it with Mortal Kombat now in their own variety is going to be really interesting. I really want to see, you know, it does seem like we're going to be able to have classic characters if we want, or if you want modern characters. You're really going to get to pick and choose your own way. The customizations do look like they are going to go pretty deep. You're going to be able to modify your skin, your intro, your finishing poses, what fatalities you use, and if you guys didn't peep it right there, brutalities, so we can already confirm those, which is awesome. You can also modify your taunts, and I think even your moveset, of course, which is, it sounds like it's going to be really cool. I'm excited to see what we get to do with our characters. I know I keep using that word, but that's really all I feel about this whole review. I was sitting there shaking in my chair, really excited, just really happy. It's been a while since we've had a new Mortal Kombat game, so to see a new one on the horizon, it's looking pretty bright. Personally, I really enjoyed the fight between Skarlet and Sonya. Sonya looks like she's going to be able to use like really cool gadgets and gear, and her overall fatal blow was really brutal. It looked really good, and I don't know, you could feel a lot of those hits. Skarlet too gets a lot of credit. She looks really different from her past models, but I really like it. I like the way her direction has gone. It's really given her own individual feel as a female ninja, which I enjoy. As most of you already know, her abilities consist of using blood to create weapons and just, you know, configure it into her own will, and they really did a good job on it with this game. You can see just the fluidity of how even with her own fatal blow, she'll cut into the opponent and use the blood that flows from there to make another weapon. It looks really good, and it's really creative. There's really nothing more I can say. It's just, it looks really nice, and the team is doing a fantastic job so far, I think. Something else they seem to be introducing is that of a flawless block counter. Now, from the looks of it, it seems that you actually will just be able to time your block, and if you hit it perfectly, you can actually break open your opponent's combo and punish them potentially. So, another whole concept to look forward to. Now, naturally, most people are going to want more fatalities. Ed Boon knew this, so here we go with another cinematic that showed off even more fatalities for this game.
Finish him.
Yeah, so I don't know about you guys, but woof, those look really good. I really enjoy them. Again, they're really creative, and again, they have to be. After 11 games, they have to be. We've got Baraka ripping off faces, Sonya kicking people into helicopter blades, and Sub-Zero pulling some reverse spinal carnage, and obviously we can't forget Scorpion's ridiculous looking, he kind of does like a chain teleport that just rips the opponent in half. It's crazy. Overall, they're really creative. I really like the way they look, and I can't wait. It just gets you so excited for what's to come. So, naturally, a lot of people want to know what this story is going to be about, and they do show us a prologue of sorts, but unfortunately, it doesn't give too much more away than I think a lot of people were already speculating about, but go ahead and take a look.
Thank me, Raiden. Our battle changed you. For the better. But you wear my amulet. Finally, you embrace the truth the Elder Gods deny. The truth I was cast out for speaking.
The truth I embrace, Shinnok, is that mercy is wasted on those who defile Earthrealm. I will destroy our enemies before they destroy us, starting with you.
How, Raiden? Not even you can kill an Elder God.
There are fates worse than death. You will serve as warning and an emblem of my wrath.
This is not your destiny, Shinnok. Once again, the Thunder God has upset the balance of history. But know this. The arc of the universe bends to my will. It is only a matter of time.
So yeah, we got three very notable characters in that little cinematic. Raiden, Shinnok, and the unnamed female who appears to be able to control time. Raiden is obviously looking just as pissed as ever, though I think it's hilarious that again, the female mentions how, once again, the Thunder God is just kind of f***ing around. If you think about it, Raiden really does f*** a lot of shit up, so... But yeah, beyond that, I mean, we didn't really get too much more on the story. I think we all knew there was going to be time manipulation at this point, and I think we all kind of figured that it was going to pick up after MKX, so there really wasn't much here that we haven't already seen at the end of MK10, so to speak. I do, however, give them credit. I really did enjoy the cinematic where the female character is slowing down time, and you get to see, like, the blood stop moving, the rain stop moving. They put an effort into that, and I enjoyed it. Next up, we actually got a voice actor review, which ended up being Ronda Rousey as Sonya Blade. Take a look.
You've been looking for me, Scarlet. Hi. Sonya Blade calling in air support.
Sonya Blade was the first like kick-ass girl that I saw come onto the scene, and I've always admired her and admittedly kind of emulated her in, you know, my own way, and now I get to try and be her. The first time I can remember playing Mortal Kombat, my mom was a college professor, and one of her students actually let me play, and I was a complete like button masher, but I was Raiden, and I beat him as Raiden. It was like the first time that I beat an adult in like anything. Yeah, I thought it was like the absolute coolest. Voicing a character has been really different and really interesting and fun because I don't have to think about how I look and only about how I sound. It almost gives me permission to be as ridiculous as humanly possible because no one's looking and no one's judging, and all that matters is what it sounds like. Feels so good to say. Say it loud, it feels great. Yeah! I've been a fan of Mortal Kombat for almost as long as I can remember. For a little kid, I loved me some gore. What drew me to Mortal Kombat, honestly, it was the first game that had like real intrigue of just more than, okay, I'm gonna hit this guy, he's gonna hit me, and who wins. It wasn't just like, who's the better fighter. It was, why is this person mad at that person and this and that? It just drew me in to think about more than just fighting, but the world that they live in. And yeah, it's been a great experience being Sonya Blade.
So yeah, nothing too crazy. It's just the UFC / WWE fighter Ronda Rousey. She's playing the voice of Sonya Blade. She seems to have knowledge about the game, and I mean, she referenced Kano at some point, so I think she can pull it off. She sounds good. She doesn't seem to have any problem. I mean, she knows what it's like to be a fighter, and so I'm interested to see what she can do. And while this was probably intentional, if you look at her on stage, she really does look pretty resembling of Sonya Blade. Next up, we had the community manager Tyler Lansdowne come onto stage. He seemingly was on stage to talk about an upcoming sort of stream podcast event that's coming up, but at one point while that little thing was showing up, someone did run across screen as kind of a hint character. It wasn't exactly revealed who it was, but I think most of us can probably guess it was Kabal. Go ahead and take a look at the clip real quick.
January the 30th.
That's right around the corner. What do you have planned?
Well, the first one's going to be pretty big. New logo. We got a few surprises in store for you. I'm not going to talk about them right now, but
Whoa, bro. Was that who I think it was?
yeah, that's who you think it was.
Wait.
Yeah.
Was that?
No. We're not going to talk about it right now. We're going to wait until the 30th to find out. You're going to want to rewatch that and see that.
So yeah, unless they're having like a Sonic 2019 cameo or like Flash or some weird like that, I'm pretty sure that's gonna be Kabal. They did announce a collector's edition for the game. This will allow you to get a replica of Scorpion's mask. It actually looks really cool, but I would be interested in seeing what kind of materials it's made of and, like, you know, what is to be expected of the actual mask. Can you wear it? Is it just a display piece? I don't know much about it yet. A lot of you guys have been asking me, and when they did mention the collector's edition, they also announced the beta date. Beta access for Mortal Kombat 11 is expected to go up on March 28th for all players who have bought pre-orders for the game. So, just when it seemed like everything was wrapping up, they actually did show us some more gameplay for one last character, and that is Geras.
Come thunder, come lightning.
Do you fear nothing, Geras?
Nothing within your power, Raiden. Fatality. Geras wins.
Now, naturally, with a new character like this, I wasn't sure what exactly to expect, but personally, after seeing the gameplay, I did think he played, or he seemed to play at least, a little bit like a hybrid between Tremor and Jackson Briggs, which is really awesome when you think about it. Additionally, I do want to give him credit because he also seems to have his own variation of time manipulation abilities, and they look really, really good. In general, he does seem like a really brutal and strong character, and I think he's going to make a nice new addition to the roster. Whether he'll become a fan favorite or not, well, that'll be decided with time. So yeah, you guys, that was about everything of note shown off in today's reveal. Personally, some of my favorite things shown off today were the character customizations, the confirmation of Fatalities coming back, and I actually really do like that Fatal Blow system. It really seems like it's going to add a new kind of excitement to getting your opponent's health low. You never know when they may come kicking back hard, so we'll see where that goes. It's looking like Fatalities are going to be as beautiful and disgusting as ever, and I think the graphics are really well done so far. I mean, I know they're probably have more work to be done on them, but so far they're looking promising. I guess one of the last things I'd really like to note was the stages that we saw. They all looked really cool, and that last stage with Geras fighting on it, that bar, I don't know why, but I really love the vibe of that one. It looks really cool, kind of an indoor dark bar scenario. I don't know what about it just appeals to me, that neon glow going on in there. So that wraps it up today, you guys. Thank you for watching. I'm really interested to hear what you guys have to say about the reveal. I know a lot of you have been waiting for it. Let me know which character you think looks best so far and which one you're hoping to see revealed in the future. I'm also curious to hear what you guys have to say about the new variation system and how it's going to be customizable, and how the gear system may be a little bit resemblant of Injustice. I know some people are either or on that. Let me know what you guys think. It sounds like we might have more gameplay revealed to us on the 30th, or at least more of the roster, so perhaps we'll check back in then. That being said, thank you guys very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave me a like or a comment down below. Like I said, I am very interested to hear what you guys have to say about the MK11 review. Please feel free to leave your thoughts. If you'd like to see more content like this in the future, feel free to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can find out exactly when we go live again. Thanks again for watching, you guys, and I'll see you next time. Stay safe, stay happy.